Hello folks, Typhoon Carter here, and I bring to you another DPP Revival Invitational. This is a round 1 main event showdown between Elodin and Eduardo Carapinga, also known as Kenix, also known as Don Eduardo. But this is a pretty cool round 1 matchup. You know, you have two players who aren't typically known for their DPP. They excel in other generations typically, but Elodin, somebody who's been playing BW in SPL for the last couple years. He's historically been a very strong player, somebody who's played in classic playoffs, and somebody who's usually a contender to make it year in, year out, whereas somebody like Kenix, again, very strong GSC player, has had success in RBY, has found success in many places, but he is one of two play-in winners who made it to the main event. So, you know, Kenix has had to fight his way to get to this spot, and you know, I'm very excited to see how this turns out. Let's jump right into this. Yuxi lead, and we got Yuxi Mir here, so pretty interesting lead matchup. Typically Yuxi, it's either Choice Scarf with Trick. Usually it's going to creep up on something like Lead Aerodactyl, faster than something like Lead Verloom. Could also be a bulky lead, could also be something just like a screens lead. So generally just a very bulky lead in general that's going to like set the table, that kind of thing. But let's keep going. So Kenix going to U-turn here into Tyranitar, probably anticipating a possible trick here. Instead, Elodin's going to get rocks up, and it is shown to not be Choice Scarf, and the Tyranitar is going to get full parried there. Probably was going to... Oh, so Elodin bringing a rain team from the looks of it. Gonna get pursued there. The Yuxi's gonna be taken out, but this Tyranitar gonna be threatened by this Kingdra, and Yuxi on Kenix's end should be... Oh no, it's not gonna live the hit, but this will allow Kenix to come back into the game with Tyranitar, reset the weather, you know, reset things a little bit. And man, you can kind of see this Kingdra is really doing some numbers on Kenix's team early on. Whereas for Kenix, his team, a little bit more of a bulky offense. And Kenix is just trying to stall out these Hydro Pumps, but a great read there by Kenix to find an opportunity to get the spin off. That means that rocks won't be going up for the rest of the game. Jirachee gonna be swapped in there to handle this Ludicolo. Ludicolo normally has Rain Dance here, but I can't really commit to that. Doesn't want to risk getting Parrot, so Elodin's gonna bring into Bronzong. That's a pretty common rain setter. And oh, Hypnosis is shown here. Yeah, Hypnosis, Bronzong, seen sometimes, but not the most popular moveset choice for reasons like that. But Rain Dance is going to be set up here, and we have Quillfish out. And Kenix sitting behind this substitute means that he can safely fish for Paras. So Elodin's got to be careful of that. Gonna get the Para there, but is revealed to be Lumberry, so Elodin clearly very comfortable making that play if he was going to play it out that way, and the Quillfish almost certainly gonna be taken out of commission. And going to explode there, covers the substitute play, doesn't want to let Jirachee sit behind the sub. Tyranitar is going to be sent out here, going to be sacrificed to this Kingdra. What this means now that Kenix has lost his Tyranitar, means that, you know, Elodin can try to find a window to get rain up. And this Starmie could probably be packing T-Wave. These Yuxi, Jirachee, B teams are usually kind of para-spam centric. However, the T-Wave, the Rain Dance is gonna at least be useful for resetting things. And yeah, Zapdos, not too uncommon. But that Zapdos gotta go down real quick. That might have been a sub-zap, but... Oh, Hydro Pump misses there, unfortunately, and... Oh, this is not a great spot for Elodin, as I think if that pump landed, then the Kingdra might have been able to do real damage to that Starmie, but... Kenix will finally get rid of the T-Spikes with Starmie, and going to have to switch out here into Jirachee. Elodin just cannot catch a break right now with the way this game is going. And Jirachee about to go do some Iron Head shenanigans, as they'd say. Subs here. And yeah, I think think Elodin might just not be able to do anything about this Jirachee, and... Oh, Hydro Pump misses there, unfortunately, and... Oh, this is not a great spot for Elodin, as I think if that pump landed, then the Kingdra might have been able to do real damage to that Starmie, but... Kenix will finally get rid of the T-Spikes with Starmie, and going to have to switch out here into Jirachee. Elodin just cannot catch a break right now with the way this game is going. And Jirachee about to go do some Iron Head shenanigans, as they'd say. Subs here. And yeah, I think Elodin might just not be able to do anything about this Jirachee, and You kind of see the issue here with this team is like this, especially with rain teams, it's like you're pretty vulnerable to paralysis, like just status in general, especially if you're missing all these pumps. And Gazong just gotta get flinched down here from the looks of it. And Kenix only needs one more, and that Bronzong's gonna be out of commission. And the rain turns will probably run out with the way this has been going. Oh, Jirachee's revealed to be Elodin's last. Is this sub? Oh, but instant fire punch burned there. That's gotta suck for Elodin. And it's revealed to be slower, so this game is looking really tough for Elodin to come back from. And you kind of see the issue that these rain teams sometimes have, is that you just can't really handle something like a simple Jirachee that's like sitting behind a sub, especially with like all the T-wave going around. But Elodin also cut a couple of unlucky breaks there early on in the game, but yeah, Kenix should have this wrapped up. Keyword here is should, but you never know. Stranger things have happened before. Gonna land this hydro pump, but that's not gonna quite do the job. Iron hits again. Will he get it? Yes. Yes, he will. And then, like, the Starmie now just looks like it's in a fantastic position, especially with the Jirachee that's burnt, too. And Thunder misses. Yeah, no dice. I don't see how Elodin's gonna win this. I would just move on, reset yourself for game 2. And Elodin's gonna forfeit, and Kenix will go up 1-0 in this series. So, they have an ugly game there, and I think if the Kingdra's Hydro Pump landed on that Starmie, I think Kenix would have been in a lot of trouble. As for what Kenix's possible last could be, I would expect maybe a second Steel type, maybe like a Bronzong or a Heatran, for example. Could also be something like Breloom if Kenix is feeling himself. But yeah, that's kind of what I see here. A bit of a rough game, but let's move on to game 2. Here we are at game 2. Zapdos lead, so we got another Ditto matchup here. And both Zapdos are just gonna trade T-Wave, so you know what the folks have in the back, not immediately clear, but Starmie very likely on these kind of teams. Tyranitar as well, which Kenix sends out right about now. But Elodin could just be bringing something. Oh, Donphan here. Donphan gonna be a nice way to deal with this Tyranitar, and Celebi's gonna be sent out here. So this might be like Celebi, Heatran, Zapdos, Starmie, Jirachee, and Tyranitar on Kenix's end. Whereas for Elodin's team, I'd expect there to be a Jirachee. Starmie is, well, Starmie's not as necessary because of the fact that you have Donphan as spinner, but oh man, Elodin's going to get the first kill here. Oh, it is a dedicated Paraspam team. I think this is a team that's pretty popular, as I think Fakes and Philip Seminole 6 both used it in SPL. At least some variation of this, but Donphan's gonna be faster on Rhyperior, but that's gonna do nothing, especially with Solid Rock on Rhyperior. And Rhyperior's gonna be off to a hot start here, but the Empoleon's gonna be a huge threat to Kenix's team, so Kenix is gonna have to navigate around this Empoleon carefully. Gonna eat a Grass Knot here into his Tyranitar. Probably was anticipating a T-Wave, but Elodin showing Scarf Tar, but oh! I think that Rhyperior would have lived and probably would have gotten KO'd in return, so Elodin was probably okay with sacrificing the Tyranitar to get a clean entry for Empoleon or something, but man, that's gonna suck for Kenix. Jirachee being revealed there, yeah, no surprises. The last here, I expect maybe a second floater. A Latias could be plausible. Rotom is also plausible too. We got some Iron Head flinching action here into Zapdos, and that Zapdos gonna get flinched. Body Slam will kill it. So Elodin in the driver's seat now. But if you're Kenix, you gotta be feeling pretty frustrated with how that game 2's been playing out. But Kenix gotta try to salvage the game. Gets the T-Wave off. Gotta probably start trying to rack up some Iron Head flinches and gets a crit there. And Elodin showing leftovers. And it's gonna get this T-Wave off on the Jirachee, so some T-Waves being traded around, but this Empoleon on Elodin's end looks fantastic right now. Gets the full para, and I would just keep EQing, as Kenix can't really do too much unless the Tyranitar is somehow revealed to be faster than the Empoleon or something, but I sincerely doubt it's gonna happen. That looks like it's choiced, and yep, gets the T-Wave off, can get the full para, and Kenix is almost certainly going to lose this, so this was a game that, I mean, it just took one bad turn for this to go real sour for Kenix, because I thought Kenix looked like he was in a decent spot against Elodin, but Elodin got a little bit more mileage out of his Tyranitar than he must have anticipated, because like what likely would have happened if that crit didn't occur was Rhyperior kills the Tyranitar, and then the follow-up would have been that Elodin would have gotten the Empoleon in, and then because the Empoleon was honestly kind of a threat to Kenix's team, especially when you look at the fact that like the Celebi went down by that stage in the game. The Zapdos doesn't love taking it, like yes it can revenge it, but it doesn't want to come in on it, and there's a chance that T-Bolt might not even kill, so like you risk putting it into torrent range and then it could just completely own you. But yeah, so there's that, and let's go into game 3. Here we are. Scarm lead, Smeargle lead. Okay, so this Scarm, if this is Lum, like Suicide lead Scarm, then Elodin is in a fantastic position. Like if it has Icy Wind, could, like if it gets Spore, it can either taunt or Icy Wind the Smeargle, and then the Smeargle, if it gets, and then the Smeargle, you have one of two options here. You can either Spore the Skarmory, hope that it's like Focus Sash, or B, you can try and get guaranteed hazard value up, but the Scarm either indicating Stall or HO, but we're gonna find out soon enough. Latias is gonna be switched in here, so this might be Sleep Talk. Oh no, it's Lum Lati instead. And Laddie's going to get the Draco Meteor off, but the Smeargle's got to hang on with the Focus Sash, and it will get the Spore off. Tyranitar sent in, so Elodin is playing this okay so far. And Scizor going to threaten a U-turn here into the Infernape, but the D-Knight is going to enter into a game, going to be a threat to Elodin's Infernape. Could look to set up, could look to just be a Mix Breaker. Got Superpower here, and that looks like a defensive Scarm. Very bulky Scarm for that matter, but has to be wary of Fire move, and oh, eats a Flamethrower. But the Clefable can't really stick around, so Elodin has a kind of a weird team, to be honest. Like, this is not a very conventional DPP team by any stretch of the imagination, whereas for Kenix, it's a little more prototypical. I'd expect there to be a Scarf Rotom in the back. Jirachee, that's probably Super Jirachee. I think he actually used this against Triangles in play-ins round 1. And the Infernape's going to threaten with a CC, but goes straight into Rotom. The Rotom's going to threaten a kill, so Elodin okay with sacrificing the Infernape and go to get Pursuit Trap off, or not. Gets the T-Wave off on the D-Knight, which is like decent value, but can't really stick around because the D-Knight goes to Superpower it. Seismic Toss might have not done enough, that's likely what happened. And Scizor's going to be sent out again into this Latias. Pursuit's pretty free here, could also U-turn. U-turns here. Rotom sent out, and the last here I'd expect there to be another DD here. Tyranitar going to eat up this trick, and Choice Scarf on Choice Scarf, so Elodin will get the Pursuit Trap off, but that's going to open up free entry for the Scizor. Yeah, Scizor just can U-turn again all day every day, and this Dragonite's going to take decent damage from this Scizor. And yeah, no, Kenix is firmly in the driver's seat now. Psychics here doesn't quite kill, and so they're both got trade, but Scizor just wins here. You just click Superpower twice, and that should be game. Keyword here is should, but gets the attack drop. I don't think Clefable will live this. And yeah, so Kenix is gonna take this series 2-1 against Elodin. So Kenix will remain in winner's bracket, whereas for Elodin, he's going to be sent down to losers and will have to fight for his tournament life. A little bit of post-game commentary. As for how game 3 went, Elodin, oh man, I don't know. I think with sacrificing, I mean, what I think Elodin could have done was, man, I think like Smeargle, that was just a bad lead matchup for Elodin, because like Lumlati, especially against a Scarf Smeargle of all things, that's just not good enough as sleep counterplay. Like, because for example, if Elodin faced a Scarf Breloom lead, then like he would still have been in trouble anyways, even with that in mind. Like, yeah, like his team is just not well equipped to handle sleep. I mean, if it was like Lum Scarm, then maybe it could have been a different story, but it was not. And Elodin's team is admittedly a little bit awkward. It's like you just can't have this huge pace mismatch. Like, you have Scarf Tar plus Infernate, which is a fine combo on its own, and then you have Scarm and then Clefable. It's like, I'm not sure what this team is necessarily trying to accomplish. Like, it just feels like it feels almost like Elodin when you loaded this. Like, the team almost was kind of like built off like a bunch of checklists, not necessarily synergies. So like, there's that. Like, Delati probably had Healing Wish. Like, I think there's some good synergies here, but like, I just think the overall 6 as like a cohesive team, I just think it did not mesh as well as it could. But that being said though, if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and consider donating to our DPP Revival Invitational prize pool. Any money you guys donate, like, the money is what makes these tournaments possible and all of that, so I would really appreciate if you guys can donate. But that being said though, I will see you guys next time.